Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Tonight's video is one you absolutely cannot miss. We're diving straight into the breaking story that has taken the entire K-drama fandom by storm. Kang was spotted on a secret late-night date with Kim Yoo-jung, and the mysterious gift he brought along has everyone losing their minds. From exclusive eyewitness accounts to the unexpected details captured on camera, we'll walk you through every moment of their quiet rendezvous, the atmosphere at the hidden meeting spot, and the shocking clues that fans believe revealed the true nature of their relationship. Whether this is the beginning of a new power couple or just a private exchange between close friends, one thing is certain. Their chemistry is setting the internet on fire. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our hottest K entertainment updates. Now, let's get into the story that everyone's talking about. At around 12:47 a.m., when the streets of Seoul had grown quiet and the late-night cafes along Hanam were already dimming their lights, something entirely different was happening in a small, secluded alley behind an art studio. A lone figure wearing a dark hoodie and a mask pulled tightly over his face stepped out of a black van. The faint streetlight caught a quick glimpse of his eyes, sharp, familiar, unmistakable. Within seconds, the whispers began, "That song Kang." And just moments later, a second figure appeared, equally cautious, equally determined not to be seen. Even through her mask, the petite silhouette and graceful posture were impossible to misidentify. Kim Yoo-jung had arrived, and just like that, a seemingly ordinary midnight alley instantly became the most electrifying place in Korean entertainment. No reporters were supposed to be there, no fans were waiting, but fate, or perhaps pure coincidence, brought two cafe workers and one late-night jogger to witness everything. They didn't even dare to approach. They simply observed, stunned, as Korea's two brightest stars met in absolute secrecy. Illuminated only by flickering street lamps and the glow of Yoo Jung's phone screen as she checked the time, looking both nervous and excited. And then came the moment that triggered the eruption across social media. Kang reached into his jacket and pulled out a small, elegantly wrapped gift box, the exact item that would send fans into total meltdown. Eyewitnesses described the box as neatly tied with a dark purple ribbon and small enough to fit in his palm. But its size didn't matter. In the world of celebrity romance, it's the gesture that speaks louder than the object. Yoo-jung hesitated for just a heartbeat, a split second that made the scene feel straight out of a romantic drama, before accepting it with both hands. She bowed slightly, laughed softly behind her mask, and tucked the mysterious gift into her coat. The exchange lasted barely 10 seconds, but those 10 seconds were enough to ignite an entire nation's curiosity. From that moment on, every detail became a clue. Why meet so late at night? Why avoid their usual restaurants and instead choose a nearly abandoned alley? Why the gift? And more importantly, why did Kang look so nervous? People who saw them swear that he kept glancing around as if half expecting someone to jump out with a camera. Yoo-jung, on the other hand, seemed almost amused by his anxiousness, patting his arm lightly as if to tell him to relax. It was a small gesture, but it instantly made fans scream. No one touches Kang's arm so casually, unless they share a connection deeper than the public knows. The moment they started walking together, side by side, close but not too close, careful but still natural, the atmosphere shifted. It wasn't the first time these two had been linked, but it was the first time their alleged chemistry seemed undeniable. Their footsteps echoed softly as they made their way to a quiet rooftop cafe with its lights turned off, a place they must have arranged beforehand. The jogger who saw them enter said he couldn't hear their words, but he noticed how Yoo-jung paused before opening the door, looking at Kang with a kind of warmth that felt like the beginning of something real. And then came the moment that triggered the eruption across social media. They stayed inside for nearly an hour. No staff, no customers, no witnesses. Just two actors sitting across from each other in the dim glow of the city. When they finally exited, Yoo-jung was holding the gift box differently, as if she had already opened it. She clutched it closer to her chest, her shoulders slightly curled inward, like someone protecting something precious. Kang walked ahead for a few steps, then turned back to make sure she was following, his posture relaxed now, as though a weight had been lifted off him. Speculation exploded within hours. Fans started dissecting every possibility of what that gift could have been. A bracelet, a perfume crafted specially for her, a handwritten letter. Some even theorized it might be a charm bracelet engraved with initials, something deeply personal, something no actor would casually give to a co-star. Others believed it might be connected to an inside joke from their past collaborations. The theories multiplied so quickly that by morning, the internet became a battlefield between people cheering for a new power couple and others demanding an official explanation from their agencies. Neither of their teams offered a statement. The silence was deafening, and as everyone knows in the entertainment industry, silence speaks louder than denial. What intensified the frenzy even more was a detail leaked by one of the cafe workers, who admitted that the rooftop owner had closed early because someone famous had privately booked the space. The reservation was placed under a coded name Midnight 2 and paid in advance. But the story didn't end with that single midnight meeting. As hours passed, more accounts quietly surfaced online from people who happened to be in the same neighborhood that night. One delivery rider claimed he saw Song Kang arriving much earlier than expected, sitting alone in the van for almost 15 minutes before stepping out. He described the actor as clearly nervous, constantly checking his phone, touching the gift box inside his jacket like he was rehearsing what to say. That detail spread like wildfire. Fans immediately imagined him practicing a confession, replaying lines in his head the same way he does before filming emotional scenes. The idea that Korea's sweetheart of darkness could be shy in front of Kim Yoo-jung made the story even more irresistible. Another surprising detail came from a resident living in an apartment overlooking the alley. She posted anonymously that she heard soft laughter echoing from the rooftop around 1:20 a.m., and the voices sounded unmistakably like them. She admitted she didn't dare to take photos, but insisted she heard Yoo Jung's bright, youthful laugh, followed by what she believed was Song Kang teasing her about something. The woman claimed the atmosphere felt intimate but innocent, like two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company. That single description alone sent shivers down the timelines of thousands of fangirls and fanboys, who began rewatching their old promotional clips to search for any trace of hidden chemistry they might have missed. As online discussions heated up, a shocking comment appeared from someone claiming to work at the flower shop near the meeting location. According to this alleged employee, Song Kang had visited earlier that week wearing a cap and mask, asking specifically for a ribbon color that symbolizes sincerity but not too flashy. The shop recommended a dark purple satin ribbon, exactly the one seen on the gift Kim Yoo-jung received. When asked if the purchase was for a co-star or a friend, Song Kang reportedly smiled shyly and said, "It's just something I want to give someone important." Fans dissected this detail for hours, turning it into memes, theories, and emotional fan edits. The phrase, "someone important," kept appearing everywhere, creating a storm far bigger than anyone predicted. Meanwhile, several reporters began digging deeper into both actors' schedules, noting that despite their busy careers, the pair had been spotted in similar neighborhoods over the past few months. In one instance, a fan photographed Yoo-jung at a tiny dessert shop in Itaewon on the same night Song Kang posted a picture of a chocolate tart on his Instagram story. At the time, no one connected the dots, but now those tiny clues began forming a timeline, a hidden pattern suggesting they might have been meeting quietly long before this midnight rendezvous was exposed. As more evidence accumulated, both fan communities found themselves divided between shock and pure exhilaration. Some fans defended their right to privacy, urging others not to jump to conclusions, but the overwhelming majority couldn't contain their excitement. Street-side LED boards in Myeongdong, normally reserved for birthday ads, were suddenly filled with fan-made edits celebrating the midnight couple. A cafe in Hongdae even released a limited drink named the Midnight Gift Latte, inspired by the purple ribbon and the romantic tension fans felt radiating from the encounter.